Hi, welcome to RAIT 301 Sectional Anatomy. I just wanted to take a few minutes to review this course and the expectations as well as some of the navigation of the Canvas site. The first thing that you will notice in this course is that many of the lectures, in fact almost all of them, are still Maria Radvilas's. She taught the course prior to me, and now I'll be teaching the course, and I just love her lectures. She is far more comfortable with doing the video recordings for courses and audio recordings for courses than I am, and so as I am learning that skill, I am slowly starting to re-record some of those lectures. So I hope you will bear with me as I start to learn this process. As for the Canvas site itself, if this is your first Canvas course, you may want to take a little time to get to know how Canvas is set up. There is a left-hand navigation bar over here, and this is where many of your menu items will be that will be easy to get to different course features, and I will go over those in a moment, as well as some other items that show up in the middle of the page. This is sort of your landing page, and this is the home button here. You'll see Maria's picture is still here as I'm re-recording this video right at this moment. And then one of the things that's going to be really important is that you set up your notifications. So I'm going to go over to the notifications tab now. And I just set up a different tab because my internet connection is having a little bit of a problem today, as I'm trying to record this. So I just set up different tabs to make it a little bit quicker so you didn't have to wait on me. But the notifications tab, if you go under your user profile and notifications, you'll see that you have different options for notifications. You can have things, have them notify you right away depending on the different activity and what you want to be notified about. You can have it send you a daily summary or a weekly summary. For things such as announcements, it's probably important for you to get the information right away. For example, last quarter there was some issues with eAnatomy, which is one of our online anatomy-based tools that you're able to use throughout the course. And when we had that issue with that feature, then we extended the date of the exam as well. So it's important for you to know that so you have more time to study. But for things such as notifications about different group participation in discussion groups, you may not necessarily need to know about that right away. So then announcements, you can always click on the announcements tab here and you'll see all the different announcements that there are for the course, ones that have already happened, of course not the ones that are scheduled for the future. And then most all of your content will be found in course modules right here. And the first module is Start Here and Welcome and Let's Get Started. And you will need to complete all of these items here before you're able to move on to all of the other modules that open up for the rest of the quarter. So please go in and complete all these modules. There is a syllabus and quiz. It's 10 points. It is not difficult. It is meant to be sure that you've read through the material and that you understand the course expectations, as well as understand the tools and resources that are available for you throughout the course and throughout Canvas as well. You will note that within the syllabus, I do not accept late assignments or late exams or quizzes. If you need to schedule something other than the time frame that it is open to you, you'll need to let me know well in advance. Other than that, it'll need to be a dire emergency or a documented medical problem that you'll need in order for me to schedule the exam at some other time for you, or an assignment at some other time for you. You'll notice that I have an introduction, and that's down a little bit further here in the next section. I would like you to introduce yourself to your peers in the course and take a little time to get to know one another. That's partly why I have created this video, so you get to know me as the instructor. And I think that the more time that you spend online interacting with one another, the more you will learn from one another, as well as the more that you will feel involved with the class. Let me go back here to the main page. You'll notice over here on the other links, you'll have an Examity link. Examity is the online virtual proctoring system that we have at Bellevue College now. And you have a choice of either using the online virtual proctor or being able to choose a substitute proctor of your choice. Of course, it will have to go through final approval by me. I won't let a friend or a relative be your proctor, but if you want to go to the local library or a medical library or maybe even on Bellevue College's campus, there are some proctors that are free and some proctors that charge a fee, and you will find more information on that in the Canvas sites. For the Examity virtual proctoring, you will need to make sure that you have a webcam, such as what I have now. Mine is built in, but it does make it a little bit difficult if yours is built in, especially if you have a large screen or even a heavy laptop. Then being able to lift it up and turn it around to show your desktop and your surrounding space can be a little bit complicated. So just be aware of that and make sure that you go through the Examity test exam so that or test quiz so that you are able to be sure that you are well set up for when the exams and quizzes actually occur. Let's see, I wanted to go over a couple more things. For the Examity, you may schedule it anytime you want, and that is the beauty of having the virtual proctor. You can schedule it as long as you're out 24 hours. You've scheduled it 24 hours in advance. It doesn't cost you anything. If you schedule it closer than 24 hours, then there is a $5 fee. So be sure that you plan ahead and schedule a time that works for you. But you are able to do it, schedule it Monday through Sunday, 24 hours up until midnight on Sunday. So just be sure that you're aware of the parameters and schedule at a time that works for you. You may want to practice submitting assignments in Canvas if you haven't done that before. There is no harm in submitting an assignment and making sure that your upload works well ahead of time, because technical issues are not an excuse for not having something in on time. I will not grade things until after the due date. So after Sunday midnight, I can start grading, but I won't do it before then. So you can submit as many times as you want to before that. The course units are set up so that they're fairly self-explanatory, but I will also put up a summary to-do list each week so that you have an idea of what's coming up. There are several ways for us to communicate throughout the quarter. You can communicate by Canvas email, which is private between you and I. You can also post on any of the discussion groups. I have one discussion group that's set up just for course questions, and so it would be great if you would post in there if it's an item that you think that other students might also have a question about, and that way everybody will get the benefit of the question being asked. I do my best to check that daily. Sometimes it drops off my radar a little bit because that's one of the features that I cannot set to have it remind me to go in and check that on a daily basis. So, or have it send an information to me if you have posted on that site. So if I have not answered you within 24 hours, please send me a Canvas email. That is the most direct way to get a hold of me. If you need to do a virtual meeting, I am not on campus, so virtual meetings are the best way for us to communicate face-to-face, and we can set up a Skype call or even doing an iPhone. Now I can't think of the name of it, of course, because I'm sitting here talking to you, but we can do any sort of virtual meeting that is necessary for us to be able to communicate. And make sure that if you do call me, and I have posted my phone number in the syllabus, if you do call me, please leave a message. If I don't know who you are or why you've called, I won't often return phone calls as there are so many solicitors out there these days, so please leave a message. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the course, and I hope you get to know the site. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much.